Hello, I'm Mohsen Jamal and you watch Afghan News. The United States commander in Afghanistan has prepared a request for more troops to serve as advisors for Afghan military units. US and NATO officials said Major General John R. Allen, who took command in Afghanistan last summer, warned 700 more military personnel, mid-level officers and senior enlisted troops, leading hundreds of new advisor teams to be assigned beginning next year to Afghan units battling the Taliban insurgency. The official said the move is part of a major retooling of Afghanistan strategy under discussion by Obama and his national security team, aimed at ensuring Afghan forces are ready to take on the militants by 2014, when the last U.S. combat units are scheduled to pull out. Allen and other senior U.S. military officers generally support the idea of pushing the Afghan army into the lead sooner. Obama has ordered the withdrawal of 30,000 U.S. troops by September, leaving about 68,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan. As the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan will be top of the agenda at next month's Bonn conference on the war-torn country, President Hamid Karzai's security advisor is pessimistic about the future talks with the Taliban. The president's national security advisor, Rangindad Fariswanta, says they never got off their feet in the first place as they never saw a serious representative of the Taliban, adding that he had not even seen any willingness on the part of the Taliban to enter talks with the Afghan government. Spanta added, without the green light from the Pakistani Secret Services and Army, there will not be any peace negotiations with the Taliban, saying that there could not be another decade of sacrifice and that Afghan security forces had to take responsibility for their own country. Top of the agenda at next month's international conference on Afghanistan in Bonn will be the year 2014, when international troops are due to withdraw, and what comes next. Afghan President Hamid Karzai has ordered an investigation into an air attack by NATO forces in southern Afghanistan that killed 6 children and 1 adult, his office said on Thursday. NATO forces were chasing 5 insurgents they had spotted planting homemade roadside bombs in Jurai district of southern Kandahar province, says Zalmay Ayubi, a spokesman for the Kandahar governor. An airstrike killed 1 of them, but 4 fled into a nearby village, and NATO forces attacked them from there, killing 7 civilians, including women and children, Ayubi added. Niaz Muhammad Sarhadi, the Jurai district chief, said 6 of the dead were children and another 2 girls were also wounded. According to a statement from Karzai's office, the NATO-led International Security Assistance Force Commander General John R. Allen said in a statement that they had launched an inquiry into an incident in Kandahar that concerned several civilians being killed and injured, and said an assessment team was seeking further details. Taliban fighters have attacked a NATO convoy in West Afghanistan, killing at least 10 private security guards and injuring several others, officials said. A government spokesman said that the NATO logistics convoy was attacked in Farah province's Bakwa district on Thursday, setting on fire at least 10 vehicles. The attacks come as Afghanistan prepares to assume security control ahead of the 2014 withdrawal date from the US-led NATO combat troops. In the first round of security transition, 7 areas have been handed over to the Afghan forces already. Hamid Karzai, the Afghan president, is expected to announce 17 other provinces as part of this second phase. A total of 80 Afghans have been arrested for illegally entering Pakistan through a border town in southwestern Chaman town, Balochistan province. Pakistani officials said the detained Afghans entered Pakistan without legal travel documents, said an official with the paramilitary Frontier Corps, which is responsible for border security. All the detained people have been handed over to the Federal Investigation Agency for further investigation, he said. Since the breakout of the Afghan war about a decade ago, millions of Afghan refugees have fled their homeland and turned up in Pakistan. Under a UN-sponsored repatriation program, over 5 million Afghan refugees have reportedly been sent back from Pakistan, but there are still an estimated 1.7 million Afghan refugees remaining in the country. Iran has arrested 12 agents of the United States National Security Intelligence Agency, Central Intelligence Agency, the country's official IRNA news agency reported. The agency quoted Parvez Soroni, a member of the powerful Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Policy and National Security, as saying on Wednesday that the alleged agents were operating in coordination with Israel's Mossad and other regional agencies targeting the country's military and its nuclear program. Soroni did Sururi did not give the nationality of the alleged agents nor when or where they were arrested, and the CIA declined to comment on the report. Iran periodically announces the capture or execution of alleged US or Israeli spies, and often no further information is released. The United States and its allies suspect Iran is pursuing a nuclear weapon program, a charge Iran denies. Egypt's ruling military council has asked a former Prime Minister Kamal al-Ganzouri with forming a new cabinet, according to reports, with no signs of a let-up in anti-military demonstrations. Ganzouri headed the government from 1996 to 1999 under the deposed President Hosni Mubarak. The reports quoted sources close to Ganzouri that he had agreed in principle to lead a national government after his meeting with Field Marshal Mohammad Hossein Tantawi, head of the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces. The military council earlier accepted the resignation of caretaker Prime Minister Issam Sharaf's cabinet amid continued unrest in Cairo and other major cities. The apparent appointment of a new Prime Minister followed an apology by the SCAF for the deaths of demonstrators and a promise to hold elections on time, despite a push from activists and some political parties to postpone them. And that the Arab League has given Syria an extra day to sign a protocol allowing rights monitors into the country, or it will press ahead with plans to impose economic sanctions, according to Egypt's invite to the regional bloc. The sanctions could include a suspension of commercial flights to Syria and a halt to dealings with its central bank. Afifi Abdel Wahab said in Cairo on Thursday, adding that in case Syria did not sign, foreign ministers would meet again on Sunday to review the proposed sanctions. His comments came after members of the Arab League convened in Cairo to discuss the escalating crisis in Syria in the wake of President Bashar al-Assad's refusal to end his crackdown on anti-government protesters last week. Walid al-Muallim, the Syrian foreign minister, said the planned mission placed impossible conditions and gave the 500-member monitors team too much authority that infringed on Syria's sovereignty. In the run-up to Thursday's meeting, Lebanon said it will not endorse any potential sanctions against Syria. That's all for now. Thanks for staying with us.